Kpaceguy here, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today I present to you the Vankyo Leisure 3 Pro, the 2020 projector from Vankyo. Now these guys are not new to the channel. These are our friends at Vankyo who brought you the first projector, the Cinemango 100. We did that projector a few weeks back and it was a fantastic budget projector. Now they brought us a new one here for us today, the Vankyo Leisure 3 Pro for 2020. So today I want to just kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview on this and talk about what it brings to the table and what kind of audience is this for. So let's start with the features on here. So this is a mini projector, so this is going to be super easy to kind of put anywhere you want to. You don't have to hang it on the ceiling. You can put it on a table, on a desk, on a bookshelf, and just kind of point it at a wall or projector screen. And it's going to be super quiet too at just 40 decibels. That's quieter than most dishwashers, guys. So you can pretty much do whatever you want to with this. Put it outside, project the image, all that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and break down what the features are on the physical unit itself. Starting with the top side of the units, you do have an array of buttons that are going to be pretty familiar. So starting from the right side going left, you have the power button. Self-explanatory, you're going to get that powered up with that button there. To the left of that is the go back button. So if you're in a menu or some sort of menu screen, you can use that button to go back to the previous screen that you were on. You do have your cursor keys, your up arrow, left arrow, right arrow, down arrow, and OK button to confirm maybe an input or a selection. To the left of that cursor key, you do have 3 lines there. That's going to be to open up your menu. So if you need to change maybe the brightness, you need to change the input, something like that, you can go to this menu and tweak your settings there from whatever screen that you're on. And then the last button, the far left one, is the menu button or the home screen. So if you need to pop up the menu really quickly, go to a different input, maybe you want to go from HDMI 1 to VGA, that button right there will toggle you through your sources so that you can change inputs pretty quickly. And of course, it does come with a few accessories. Let's talk about that. Now, like any good projector, it does come with a few accessories, starting off with the power cord there. Again, self-explanatory, that's going to provide power to the projector itself. It also has a 3.5mm input to RCA, so that if you want to plug this to maybe a phone or something of the sort, maybe a laptop or anything like that, you can plug it up to give it the audio, and sometimes you can transmit video through that cable too. Now, speaking of other audio and video cables, you do get a VGA cord as well. So if you have a laptop or a PC or anything like that, you can project your computer screen with the projector onto a bigger image, maybe for a project, or maybe you are a company and you have a business meeting. You can use it for that. And then for your home needs, which most people will use, is the HDMI cord that also comes with that. Now it's about 3 feet long, so unless your inputs are sitting right next to the projector, you're probably not going to use this HDMI cord too often. But if you are one of those people who are sitting right next to the projector, again, maybe in an office or a business meeting, you can plug your devices straight to the projector with that provided HDMI cable. Very nice. Now, I do want to mention the remote as well. This remote is going to be familiar if you're familiar with projector screens and projectors and Vankyo products. This is going to be a nice, light, and easy remote to use. You're going to have your power button, your mute button, play, pause, skip, go back, all that stuff is going to be right there, easy to use on the Vankyo machine itself. So you don't have to use the buttons on the projector itself. You do have a remote that actually works very well, has a very wide range to use it with, so you don't have to be right in front of the projector. You can kind of point it in its general direction and it'll work just fine. Now, most projectors you see will have all its inputs on the back side, but with this being a mini projector, you have a lot of inputs, but you don't have a lot of space. So Vankyo has stuck all their inputs on the side there. Again, VGA, USB, HDMI, 3.5mm, and even an SD card slot for pretty much all your media needs. So this thing can connect with just about everything. So let's go ahead and break down the features of this product here, and then we'll do a quick review, see how it looks on the projector screen. So I'm going to tell you all the features that this little mini projector has, and then I'm going to tell you the price of it. So let's get right into it. So right out of the bat, this is a 720p projector, so it's not going to be the best quality, but again, it's for those who have like a game room, maybe a movie night every once in a while, you want to go outside and project something, a small business project. That's going to be what this is going to be for. But let's talk about the features that this thing entails. So again, 720p resolution with a 2000:1 contrast ratio. You're able to get a 176-inch screen, so that's going to be pretty good for most people. Now on the top there, you do have keystone correction, so if you are slightly off in angle with your projection screen, you can use keystone to kind of correct that, but you want to try to avoid that as much as possible. You do have focus, of course, so depending on how far away you are from the screen, you may have to dial in that focus there. One of the big things that they're boasting is screen mirroring, and what that is that it allows you to, with a click of a button, broadcast what's on your phone or a laptop to the projector wirelessly via Wi-Fi. So you can actually use your screen, your phone screen, wirelessly to your projector and project whatever you want to, maybe a picture slideshow or a funny video you took the other day. You can easily do that. Now this does have speakers on here as well. 33 watts, of course you can't expect too much being a small projector, but you're gonna get some sound out of here so that you can play whatever you like to play. Now being a 720p projector, that's the native resolution that this is going to be capable of, but it does support 1080p content. So if you're using an Xbox, if you're using the PS4, if you're watching the Blu-ray movie, if you're using a Fire Stick, whatever you have, it can support up to 1080p projection. So you may see 720p, but it will take in a feed of 1080. So you can pretty much watch anything other than 4K in this projector and it will display it just fine. One thing I have to note about Vankyo projectors, which seems to be constant in all of their products, is how quiet their projectors are. So even if you're sitting right next to this or it's near field, you won't really hear it at all. It won't bother you during a movie or a presentation. You won't really hear that fan whatsoever. And it does really good with keeping it cool. Has plenty of ventilation on all sides of the projector. On the bottom side, there is a little foot that can screw up and down so that you can angle it up or angle it down if you need to. And then this projector gets very bright, 3600 lumens. That's how bright, peak brightness it can get at its best setting. You're gonna be able to watch this in about any room condition with the lights on, lights off, of course. And then most sunlight times will be okay, all but the brightest. You may have some washed out visuals if you watch in bright daylight or lights shining right on the screen. But other than that, you shouldn't have too much strain trying to see an image through the light. It should be pretty bright, so you guys have no problem. And then of course, a projector being a projector, you don't have viewing angle issues. You can pretty much sit where you want to and enjoy the show. Alright guys, before we end this video, I do want to go take this to the living room and see exactly how it performs. So we're going to go and replace my projector, my 4K projector, and put the Vankyo in its spot. And we're going to go through a couple images and videos and see how it looks. And we're going to do it in the nighttime because I want to give it its best chance to perform being a smaller, lower end projector. And I didn't mention back in the last clip, but this is $139. So if you're looking for a projector, a really cheap but fun, good, quiet projector, this one's for $139. You guys can find it on Amazon, or you can click the link down below. It'll take you straight to it. And right now, Amazon has a $10 off coupon, so you can actually get this for $129. So let's go in the living room, hook it up, and see what it has to offer. All right, so it's not completely dark outside yet. It's about 8 o'clock right now in Kentucky, so it's not completely dark, but I want to go ahead and show you how everything starts. So I haven't set up the projector and where it's going to be, but I have right now just pointing to my screen, and then when I fired it up, it recommended me that the optimal viewing distance is 9.8 feet from screen to projector. And then now I have to start it up. So we're going to confirm our language here at English. Let's get that through, and now here we are. So I haven't set this up, but as you guys can see here that we have a trapezoidal type of shape here, meaning that my image is not completely rectangle. So the keystone on the top is going to allow us to fix that. Now you don't always want to use keystone with your projectors because it's going to cause you some issues. It's going to degrade your overall image quality, which is what we don't want here. So we're going to go ahead and use it for this reference. We're going to move the camera out of the way. There we go. We're going to use it for this reference just so you guys can see how keystone works. So you can see, you can change your image ever so slightly if you like to. So we're going to try to get that going. I'm not going to be too particular. And then we can focus it to give it the most sharp picture we can. So let me get that going. There we go. So we're just going to leave it like that. I don't want to be too particular. It's about 10 feet away from the screen right now. But we're going to leave it like this. Let's go through some of the settings here. Let's start with the setup. So first we have Wi-Fi here. Of course, you're going to need that if you're going to be using the screen mirroring from your phone or another device. You're going to want to connect to Wi-Fi. You have projection mode, so if you're gonna use this in the front, which is where I have it now, if you're projecting onto the front of the screen, you want it at the front. You also have it on the rear. You have it from the ceiling upside down, and depending on what projection mode, if you have it from the rear, projection upside down, whatever you have it. So you have different layouts for that. If you go down to advanced, this is probably where you're gonna be able to set kind of like your language, your sleep timer, how do you want things to boot up. You do have an online update, so if you catch the Wi-Fi, you can update it via Wi-Fi. That's pretty cool. A lot of projectors make you use like a USB or something like that, so you can actually wirelessly update this here, a sleep timer if you know you're going to bed and you want it to shut off, and then you have the option to how it's going to boot when you turn it on. So your boot source, you're allowed to, when you turn it on, it fires up to a certain menu. By default, it goes to the home screen, but you can have it go to HDMI, VGA, whatever input you want, so we'll put HDMI. And of course, language has already been set. iOS play mode, I don't have an iOS phone, so we don't have to worry about that, but these are pretty self-explanatory. Let's go to information here. There you go, and you kind of see this is the mini projector, software version, all that good stuff. Now I just want to note just a few things before we get going with the picture image quality. I just want to say that it is recommended, like it says, 9.8 feet is the recommended distance or closer. But when you get farther away, in my case, I'm about 10 or 11 right now, you start to have focus issues. This is actually the most detail I can get out of the picture. I'm a little farther than what it recommends, and the farther you get, the worse your focus is going to be. So keep that in mind if you're looking at this projector. It does have some focus issues. Now, you may have also noticed that in the setup menu, you didn't see any picture quality adjustment, sharpness, brightness, contrast. That's all there. You only get that when you go to your actual source. Let's go ahead and click source, and we're just going to pop up to my Fire Stick via HDMI. Let's go ahead and go there. And here you are. You guys can kind of really see the blur issues towards the bottom of the screen there. That's as good as it's going to get from the distance that I'm at currently. But if we got the screen closer, you could get it a little bit better. Now here's the image mode here. You have different image options. Let's click on each of these and see what they do. So image mode, you may not be able to see at the bottom there, but it says standard, soft, user, vivid, and back to standard. So right now, kind of out of the box, that gave me the most accurate colors is either user or vivid. User and vivid both have the same out of the box settings, but you probably want to go to user and change those yourself. So aspect ratio, depending on what screen you have, you can change it 16:9. It auto detects based off your input, 4:3, but 16:9 is what most people will have screen wise. All right guys, so I closed the blinds, so we're getting pretty much pitch black darkness. So this is just what the image quality is gonna look like. I have it on mute right now, and I have the volume on full volume. So we're gonna play this. This is Kpaceguy's old video. This is my video from a long time ago. I was doing a torture test on the PB4000 when I first got them. So let's listen to this and see how it sounds.
What is it, ma'am? My Kpaceguy won't come down. Certainly, ma'am, but I suggest you stand clear. There could be trouble. No, he's quite tame.
It is absolutely one of the best subwoofers you can buy right now. I haven't heard anything better. So that was gonna do it for this video, guys. Wanted to put the PB4000s through a torture test. There is an ideal one over there in the corner. Let me boost it up again. There you go. Over there in the corner, doing the exact same thing with the exact same settings. So you know that in here, it sounds amazing. So.
Alright guys, you heard that small little sound sample there. Not the loudest speaker, of course, 3 watts, and there's 2 of them, but it does its best. So what can I say about this projector? $139, there's probably a few other things out there, including another Vankyo projector that they offer you, the Cinemango. That one is around the same price and around the same picture quality, but has a lot better options, a little bit bigger, and it does a lot more. So honestly, I think they actually have a better projector from their own selves that does good. But this one, again, is for those people who just want to put on a movie every now and then, have a little friends over. Maybe they have children with a game room, or maybe you have a movie night outside and a bonfire. It's something like that. You don't want to really use this for your home theater if you're a more serious home theater person. So guys, thank you one more time to Vankyo for sending this out for a review. I'm absolutely pleased companies to have your products in for review, and I hope I did a good job making videos for you. So guys, if you're interested in this projector, there's a link down below for you in the description. Click that link, it takes you straight to Amazon. You can go get it for I think $129 as the time of this video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this mini projector. Also leave a like if you liked the video and subscribe if you're not already. We will see you in the next video. Kpaceguy out. Peace.